We're gonna make a really easy, delicious, and cost-effective roast chicken that you're gonna love. We're using leg quarters today. We're gonna spice them up slightly. We're gonna roast them with lots of onions, garlic, and lemon, and then we're gonna top it with kind of like a really rough little parsley, green, olive, salsa situation that is delicious, and I cannot wait to share it with you. First things first, oven preheating to 375. Second thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take some coriander seeds. These are optional, but they are fantastic in this because they really tie in with the lemon and the wine, and it's fantastic. Coriander seeds are quite citrusy in scent, so I'm going to go ahead and toast these up in a dry little skillet. Like, oopsies, you want about, I'd say, a couple tablespoons for this. And while those are getting nice and toasty woasties and all little fragrant delicious, which only take a couple of minutes, let's talk chicken. I'm using leg quarters. Why am I using leg quarters? Because they are affordable. They are really budget friendly. You can serve 2 people per every leg quarter, or you can serve 1 person per leg quarter. It's totally up to you, depending on what else you're serving with them. And I feel like if you're gonna do a big roast for Easter and maybe you're having a lot of people over, it can get very expensive. But using something like leg quarters is much more cost effective to feed a crowd, and they're low maintenance, easy. You can't overcook them because it's all dark meat, so it's gonna get tender and luscious. And they're really fantastic. So we got those in a roasting pan. 2 of these, I'm actually gonna flip them. Make sure everything is well clean. You know how I like to do with my poultry especially. And I'm just gonna flip them so that I can season them really, really well. You can see there was already a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of my pan. And to that, I'm gonna add some extra virgin olive oil on both sides, but let's start with the bottom side first. And I'm gonna salt and pepper them really nicely. You know, I want them to be seasoned super well. Move this out of the way. Taking my seeds out, I'm gonna put them in a small little mortar and pestle, and I'm not gonna pulverize them. I'm just gonna slightly crush them to really release their beautiful flavor and scent and aroma. Oh, if you could just look at what I just did. I'm gonna be cleaning up coriander seeds for the next 4 days. They really just release the most beautiful citrusy, herby aroma. I love it. Just gonna sprinkle them all over, both sides. I already did black pepper. Flip these around like so. And now I'm gonna go ahead, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I already know it. I can smell that black pepper. Olive oil on top. Plenty of salt and pepper on that side. And you could do herbs in here too. You could do a little fresh herb action, but I'm telling you, it's so delicious with just this. And then at the end, we're gonna top this with fresh herbs and olives, and it's gonna be so spectacular. It's gonna work great. And then I'm gonna just sprinkle some more seeds all over, and the seeds are gonna mix with the onions as everything kind of roasts together. It's so delicious. Let's talk onions. I went in my fridge and I took out all the onions that were there that needed to be used up. This is my sister's doing, okay? She was meal prepping. I'm not quite sure what she was doing, but she didn't realize we had onions already cut, so she went ahead and cut an onion like that. We're just gonna use them up because, you know, why wouldn't we? You need a couple of onions, and I'm just gonna slice them thin, but you know, not too thin. You could do a red onion and a yellow onion only, whatever. I'm just gonna use them all up because I might as well. Just do that. All of my onions are there. I'm actually gonna season up all my onions and my garlic. I had a whole head of garlic that I smashed, peeled, but didn't chop. And I do that on purpose so that the garlic doesn't burn right away. And you're gonna just scatter these onions all around. So fantastic, so delicious, really gorgeous. And they're gonna caramelize, get really sweet. And then when they meet that salty olive salsa situation that we're gonna put on top of this, it's gonna be next level. And then I'm gonna just take a lemon and I'm just gonna cut it into like wedges, like that. And then I'll cut the wedges into little pieces. as the lemon roasts, it kind of gets this like really weird, obviously citrusy, but also like slightly bitter, but yet intensifies a little bit of that sweetness. It's just, you're gonna have to just trust the process, okay? Trust me. A little olive oil on the onions because we want everybody at the party to be flavored and delicious. And a little bit of wine, just a little wine around the edges. You want maybe like a half cup or so all around. This is gonna go into the oven, I don't know, an hour, hour and 15. Very low key, very low fuss kind of food, which is fantastic when you're hosting a ton of people. Who wants to do something that needs to be cooked to a specific temperature, blah, 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 blah. When you're having a ton of people over, you want the kind of recipes you can really feel good about doing large scale that aren't gonna give you a nervous breakdown, because trust me, I've been there. This is not the time to make individual fillets for everyone. It's the time to make something delicious, homey, inviting, makes the house smell fantastic, and most importantly, stress-free for you. I'm gonna pop it in, I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. I'm cutting the olives. Now these are Castalvetrano olives, but they have the pit in them. If you buy them without the pit, they're much easier for you. Just run a knife through them and just cut them into these bite-size-ish pieces. But if they have the pit in them, then you're gonna have to just use a paring knife and just cut around the pit. I'm gonna set those aside, and I'm gonna chop up a nice bunch of parsley and dill. If you don't love dill, you can do just parsley. The idea here is that you have this like really kind of chunky, herby, olivey, sort of salty, lemony little salsa situation that you can spoon over top of that roasted chicken, and it's sensational. I don't even like to take this too far because I don't want to like cut the herbs so small that they lose a ton of texture, because to me, think of this like part of the dish. It's not like a little something on the side. It's substantial, it's chunky, it's vibrant, it's delicious, and it's really delicious with just about anything that you put it on. And I'm also going to take some chives, and I'm going to chop these as well. If you have a shallot, use a shallot. If you have green onions, use green onions. If you want to just use a little bit of red onion or yellow onion, use that. Just don't use too much of it because you want a mild onion flavor. And then in terms of garlic, I'm gonna do 1 clove, actually a little less than a clove, and I'm gonna grate it, because when you grate it, even though this is a coarse grater, it's like much stronger. It's almost like spicy. Adding those olives. I'm only adding a very small pinch of salt, mainly to the herbs, because those olives are quite salty, of course. Then we're gonna do the juice of some lemon. You could do a half a lemon or a whole lemon. I'm obviously gonna go whole lemon because I like it very lemony. And then I'm gonna just take extra virgin olive oil, which makes it super pungent, and just stir it all together. And this is fantastic. This would be good on fish. This would be great spooned over top of ricotta, a little burrata, whatever. It's sensational. Get that all in there. And I want you to look at that, because that's the texture that we're looking for. And if you have time to just let this sit for a bit so all the flavors can develop and really meld into each other, that would be even better. But let me show you this chicken, because it is sensational. I cooked it at 375 for like, I don't know, an hour or so. And then I increased the temperature to like 450 just to grab a bit more color on it. And that is what I'm looking for. See how some of the onions have like deepened, but most of them are like jammy and tender. That lemon, the pulp of that lemon, look at this, has like melted into the sauce. That is what you're looking for. Listen to the skin. Really crispy. You hear that? And it's gonna just fall apart. Look at this. It just falls right apart. See? Barely anything. It's so good. I'm just gonna do a little of that salsa on top of that chicken. Oh, it smells insane. The coriander, those coriander seeds like are so fragrant. It's sensational. A mouthful of everything together is heavenly. It's tender and it's juicy. When you serve them with those onions, so good. Go to laurainthekitchen.com for the written recipe. I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me, and I will see you in the next one.